In 1965, Richard did a colour by numbers using brown, red and yellow pastels. It's now framed and on display in Pasadena, California. Why was this picture the first of its kind? In 1965, Richard did a colour by numbers using brown, red and yellow pastels. It's now framed and on display in Pasadena, California. Why was this picture the first of its kind?
I've only done a couple of colour by numbers. I didn't have the patience for it and ended up getting my colours confused, so it looked like a psychedelic nonsense. So,
that's art.
I mean, it's so art, or it's just impatience and inability to pay attention. How about, okay, so if a colour by numbers, for those, we should make clear what that is. It's basically, you've got a picture, and on the picture, it's got numbers in each segment where you paint that specific segment a certain colour. And this one was just brown, red and yellow.
Yes.
Has it got anything to do with that song, All the Leaves Are Brown? But no, that includes Gray.
It is California Dreamin'.
There you go.
Oh, it is.
This is on display in California.
Okay. Was he a papa from the Mamas and Papas?
Well, it's the first of its kind. So there is an indication that it's one of the first, or like whatever he did was like the first paint by numbers, or it has something to do with either the subject matter or the fact that he used only brown, red, and yellow, and then obviously blends of those.
Brown, red, and yellow. This sounds an awful lot like things that come from the human body.
Yeah. It also was like just very popular colors. I
mean, popular colours, yes, but what I'm thinking all of the colours, the things that come out of you, some of them are yellow, some of them are brown, and some of them are red.
The medieval humours of it all.
Exactly. It's very...
I can't think of an artist called Richard, but if the artist was called Hieronymus, Bosch's paintings are a bit more gruesome like that.
That was not the subject of the picture, but the colours that were chosen did turn out to be surprisingly accurate.
Is it like the first, like, Jesus, like, paint by numbers?
Was it done by... No, I was going to say, was it done by a blind person? But that doesn't make sense, because you've got to see the numbers.
Was it done by someone who's colorblind?
No.
Okay.
I've got two slightly interlinked ideas. So, colour by numbers is basically an algorithm. So is this someone using maths or calling it algorithmic art? And the related thing is, well, at that point, you've got an infographic. Was this the first infographic? And they were trying to use a painting to display data?
This is a painting that's displaying data, but infographic isn't the right word for it. You're right that colour by numbers is technically it is. This was not just a book of colour by numbers stuff.
It's not the first pie chart, because that was Florence Nightingale.
Was it the first colour by numbers made by computers?
Computers were involved in creating what was being coloured in.
Is it like so this is 60s, there's a lot of city building going. Was this like a zoning map? And they were first time they coloured it to see the distribution of like industrial and residential and business zones?
Not this time, no.
Space. Sorry. America, 60s.
It's the right decade for space.
Yeah. Space. Yes.
So the reason I came to that is 60s, so computers very big, very expensive. Mm-hmm. 65 is very space. So NASA's going to have computers. And did you say the person was British or was
Richard?
Richard.
Or did I just assume that he's just called Richard? So
you've just assumed it.
I don't know if you know this, Matt, but there are Americans named Richard. So, just so you know,
Dick Cheney. That's what we think of Richards in America.
I've now got kids in America, but with the words Richards in America going on my head. Brown, red, and yellow is kind of what like Mars looks like.
It is.
Ooh, hello. Is this like the first accurate? So basically they got the data from Mars and then they made a map of it and then they painted it and it's the first actual colour picture we have of Mars.
Yes, it is.
And it's by numbers because the computer could only output text like a dot matrix printer. So
that's so cool.
Spot on.
You couldn't print in colour, so that you had to do it yourself.
Yep, you're absolutely right. This is Richard Grum and his colleagues from Pasadena, California.
Home of the Jet Propulsion Laboratory.
Yes. So
and the little old lady.
Sorry?
Okay.
Okay, guys don't know the Beach Boys. Like, whatever, it's fine.
Okay, fair enough.
Like,
I thought we established we're elder millennials, not elder Generation X.
okay, I don't know what your all's parents listen to, but I am well versed in my 60s music. Thank you very much.
My mum listened to Queen.
This was the Mariner 4 spacecraft sending back images from Mars. It was the first ever close-up image of another planet. It was taking a long time for the computer to process the data, so while they waited, they converted the data captured by a spare tape recorder into numbers, printed them out on ticker tape, stuck them together, and those numbers represented just the amount of light. So it was actually just a black and white image. Richard Grumman and his colleagues obtained some pastels from an art shop, and the colours chosen were surprisingly accurate for the red planet.
Oh, brown, red, and yellow are just different shades of yellow-ish, aren't they? So they're getting darker.
Yep.
Orangey readiness.
And Pasadena's where they still downlink and process all of the data for all of the remote stuff. So that's where their mission control for deep space is, I think.
Yep, and the image is still on display at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California.
Cool.
Cool.
The Lateral book is out now. Just click on the link to get your copy.